That's interesting. I mean, that shield obviously helps out a lot versus a lot of heroes. Viper, I mean, I'm not sure if it's good versus Viper and OD though, because the shield only helps you versus right-click damage, and both of these two use unique attack modifiers. I'm fairly sure the unique attack modifiers don't take a part of that. So yeah, I don't like this Sven pick. Unless it's being played as a carry, in which case I still don't really like it. Oops, scores. My bad, there you go, sort it out. And the Lion's going to be picked up by Team Empire here. Alright, still very aggressive then. They want to go in. They want to go in with a ton of damage and basically try and run down the side of Singularity.
10 seconds remaining.
A lot of magic damage as well from that finger is going to help get through that shield as well as the Sven. Not that they really need it. Oh, Nether Toxin plus finger. That's a combo. That is a combo. That's going to hurt a lot. Of course, Nether Toxin reducing your magic resistance, and now Leshrac picked up from Team Singularity as well. Is this a good Leshrac game? I mean, he's got a lot of ints, so cares less about OD, I guess, but he doesn't do a lot to the Viper. Viper has corrosive skin. They've got no break currently on the side of Team Singularity, and they didn't get their Nyx Assassin. It was banned out by Team Empire.
10 seconds remaining.
Some questionable picks coming out from Singularity, I'd say. I don't like this Sven. I don't like this Leshrac. And now Team Empire, they take the Juggernaut up. That is a really strong pick. I mean, they banned out the Lifestealer Team Singularity in the second phase to make sure there wasn't that magic immune carry coming in, but guess what? You got spin on the Juggernaut as well. It doesn't do quite as much as the Lifestealer can in his Rage, because obviously you can't do that right-click damage, but still pretty strong hero to play up against, and a really nice hero. Just to break out of the chains, you know, break out of that Atos, even take down the Will-O-Wisp if needs be as well, and dodge the Sven stuns. Plenty of reaction time on that slow projectile Sven stun. There's a lot. There's a lot to think about. A lot to dodge. Just confirmation from the team manager there that Hanskin will be standing in for Mohoshka, as the connection couldn't be fixed for Mohoshka, which must be very stressful for him, not being able to play.
Dire team ban.
Well, banning out that Oracle. Yeah, once again, Team Empire able to make it through for their 4 or 5 pick as their final hero off the draft, which is something they keep doing. But when you've got a 5 and 4 position as versatile as Archangel and Sayu, then it absolutely makes sense to me. Like, just get those core picks out early on and try and get that big 5 position coming on. You know, I said at the start of the day that Team Empire were a team which really liked to play around their 4 and 5 position, so it's no surprise to me that they're leaving these core picks for so late. You know, it's a good jug game. It's obviously a good jug game. There's nothing they can pick which makes it a bad jug game anymore. So a really nice pickup from them. I mean, I don't want this Sven to be core, but at the same time, I don't want him to be support either. I don't see what he does this game. I guess he gets some decent right-click damage, which helps out versus the Juggernaut. But I don't like it versus the Viper. Warcry does not help out that much versus him. I guess, I mean, the right-click damage goes through his corrosive skin, which is nice. You know, this corrosive skin gives him magic resistance, which I don't care about, but still slowing him down. And the poison. They're going to go for a Lich for their last pick on Team Empire. The classic Juggernaut Lich lane. Jeez, what does Singularity go for here? I don't like this draft. I do not like this draft. I'm just going to say it flat out. But we'll see what they can do to kind of wrap things up for themselves. Let's see. I think this is going to be a Sven Leshrac off lane.
10 seconds remaining.
Who do you put at mid versus
5
OD?
seconds remaining.
Or Viper? They can swap this out as well if they need the OD to go to the safe lane. They can certainly do that, and they can put the Viper mid. I suppose I can go for something like very aggressive, maybe. But I mean, all the super aggressive mid laners are usually right clickers. Okay, so they go the opposite direction. They take Medusa, who is going to be a very, very slow hero. Try and get into the late game. Excalibur on the Medusa, no surprises there. But doesn't OD do pretty damn well versus Medusa? I mean, his ulti is just going to destroy her mana pool. And her health, for that matter. I mean, she usually gets quite a lot of int, so... I don't know how I feel about this pick either. I feel like Singularity have just kind of picked 3 heroes in the end here, which don't do well versus this Team Empire draft. I mean, overall, their own draft is pretty damn good. You've got a lot of lockdown, you've got a lot of team fight, you've got a lot of push. You're going to be waiting for the late game, but Ember Spirit's hopefully going to make the space for the Medusa to bring them through to that point. But other than that, you just look at the lineup versus Team Empire's lineup. This Viper is going to have a free game. This OD is going to have a free game. There's not enough to stop him. I don't think Ember Spirit's going to have a game, and I think this Juggernaut has a lot to... I don't know, but you know, Singularity, a player down as well, so definitely going to be needing some kind of a lot of help this game, I think. In this Lich Jug lane versus Lesh Sven, I think. Or maybe EGM goes to the off lane. I'm not too sure. Let's get into it though. Game number 3, Team Singularity versus Team Empire. And we'll find out who comes out ahead and takes their spot in the grand final. It all comes down to this final game in this best of 3 series. And, well, if you're interested in placing a bet on it, then of course the details on gg.bet. Go check it out.
I have
Plenty of voice lines being spammed as I run down to this bottom lane. So who is going mid? It's going to be the OD mid versus the Medusa. This is kind of expected. I think this is just going to be an even trade lane. Not a big deal. Meanwhile, up at top, well, everybody's up top. They're going for a 5-man smoke, it looks like, on the side of Singularity, and they do manage to get Excalibur inside that as well and run themselves forwards. I'm wondering, I guess with the stun into the Split Earth, that's a fairly good way to start a kill. But Dream's going to pop it all from the high ground here. Running himself away. He's got the spin as well. Makes it up to the high ground without getting caught here. If they throw out the stun, then Dream will just spin it away, so they can't really go for this kill. They're not going to get anything for it. A bit of harass down, chasing back Dream, but that's about it.
30 seconds to battle.
And the skin. This... Okay, just a ward to block this this pull camp here from him. On loan from the final tribe. Stepping in to help out a buddy. You know how it be? Alex Angel will come forwards here. If he gets a stun, then he will get Split Earth, which is going to be kind of painful for him. But he's playing it well. He's just keeping an eye on the Leshrac. Leshrac actually lands a stun to the Jug, even though he's got this Blade Fury. Blade Fury now used and Sven taking a ton of damage. Handskin might go down here for first blood. Stun does come out, and now Split Earth to follow up as well, but the Frost Blast finishes the job, although EGM gets a nice blast off onto 2. Shashto, they know they need to find this kill onto the Juggernaut in order to make this worth it. Even then, it's not really worth it because of first blood, but the stun will come through and the Juggernaut goes down, so Singularity do find the kill. Meanwhile, Archangel getting very greedy here, looking for this rune, and now he's going to get split earthed and blasted up by Jerry, and that's going to be 2 kills for Shashlo. And yeah, you taunt away, my friend. Get out that disco ball and party away to victory. Okay, so they give away first blood on the side of Singularity, but then they get 2 kills in response, so... Is it value? I think so. Math certainly looks that way. So this top lane, they will TP out the Kotl. So it's going to be EGM down on bottom, helping out Pingvin. Yeah, this is the Ember Kotl lane. Forgot about that one. This is pretty good once you get to level 2 on the Keeper, because the Chakra Magic just allows Ember to spam out his spells so much. Even though you are against a Viper, this line's still going to be quite vulnerable in this matchup. And Vip's actually gone for the poison attack, so feeling like he wants to dominate this lane basically and try and force back the enemies. Meanwhile, at mid, it's Excalibur versus Outworld Devourer, which is a bit of a sleepy lane here at mid. I'm not really sure there's going to be a whole lot of action going on. I've been wrong before, but yeah, I'm definitely feeling like this is going to be a nice chill lane here at mid as both these guys just farm up no real kill potential on anybody. Handskin getting chased away by Empire here. Ooh, it's a nice little route onto the line here, but he's got that Earthspike to threaten with, so Pingvin can't really go in for anything more than that. Just a bit of damage out onto the support there, who's hanging around on pretty low HP. Meanwhile, Jerry going for the stack. Maiden on the Viper. Not going for the Nether Toxin build, but we'll pick up this early crown plus 4 all the tributes. Very nice. Makes him a bit of a unit in this lane. Meanwhile, Lich falling very low in the top lane and forces to use a Frost Shield on himself and back himself out as Dream goes to chase it away. That is the Stun Split Earth combo coming into play, of course.
Move faster.
Just kind of being wary of one another around here. Don't want to die early on in this lane because it's going to give the other team a huge advantage.
Get off my light.
Scion Maiden looking on to Pingvin here. Well, things pretty even to start things up this lane, but no one really pulling very far ahead. In fact, extremely even, except in the top lane. But Shashlo should get these creeps off the. Looks like that double mango or Mark's Angel. Okay, dude wants his mana. He's actually got 1 point in Sinister Gaze. I really like this as well. It's just to kind of mess with this combo. If the Stormhammer comes out, then the Split Earth is going to get him interrupted by the Sinister Gaze, which is really nice. Try to go in for the deny there, but didn't quite happen as Dream and Archangel lane up. And do pretty well. 16 CS on the Juggernaut versus the 11 and 1 on Shashlo, and picking up 4 for himself as well.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Down the bottom lane. They might be looking for Jerry here. Still out from Sayu? Nope, doesn't happen. Okay. Nice little deny from Jerry as well on that Cottle. Meanwhile, both mid laners going to farm, going into lane, going to farm, in the jungle, going into lane. You know how it be. Down at bottom, Sayu again, just hanging around on no health at all, and they do have a decent amount of jump, especially with these spell spam from the Ember Spirit and from the Cottle. They're going to predict where this... Yeah, I think they know where Sayu is. Are they going to get there in time? Though they're not. Oh. Lion makes his way out. They will not find him. Actually, TP's only to the tier 2 as well, as like Courier was coming in for him all the same.
Scanning. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Do we think it's going to happen? Do we think it's going to be the team winning with a stand-in? Wow, nice chains, dude. Gets them on both. And again, you know, this god is just going to be constantly helping him out with Chakra Magic, so he's more than happy. Oh yeah, mana drain me. That's fine. I've got a coddle anyway. Still is kind of annoying, I guess. And Lynch will go for these top bounty rooms. More Kodos just farming the jungle. Excalibur doing the same. Good as me. I know the chat's 2 minutes behind. If you guys aren't spamming Resident Sleeper every single time we even glance at this middle lane, then I'll be very disappointed, but I have a feeling I'm not going to be. Yeah, push it out. Go back to jungle. Jesus. My eyes are falling shut just watching that farm fest in the mid lane. But at least they're happy as the stun comes out. And the mana drain, dodged out by the Sleight of Fist. On top lane, stun out onto the Juggernaut, followed up with a stun as well. Hanskid just being very careful about how to land that one, but he will now be able to get that spin off if he wants to. Everything's going to be okay, especially with that healing ward to bring him back up to full HP, or near enough as anyway, as provided it doesn't get killed off. Hanskid's looking around for it. He's thinking he can maybe sneak his way through as he puts down the Observer ward just along here. It's a good ward, you know, gives you vision on the who's coming for the bounty from this direction, gives you vision on the pull.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And of course any rotations coming into this top lane as well will be spotted out by it as well. It's kind of in between these two popular D-ward spots. Oops, spin forwards onto... Yeah, Leshra's just gone here, dude. He can't even remotely survive this one. Hanskin throws out the stun. They're not going to go for him, though. They say one's enough. It'll take too long to kill the spare. I'd rather just take the farm. No mana being spammed out by Jerry. Not sure why, because everyone's got mana down here. Damn lies. Trying to bait out the other team. Yep, just eating his way through to this camp. Does this thing. Sayu, I think he's here to block it, I think. If he goes in for an Earthspike, though, he might find himself a rich man. Yeah, so he's going to stay, block this camp, and then go in for the kill onto Excalibur, I think, or something. Nope, he's not going to block the camp. Alright. He was just hanging out. he was just like, yep, I'll watch him farm these creeps, I guess. The creep's coming under tower, so he's like, yeah, I'll take this. I can get my level 6 at a nice quick pace, but Madden is now getting jumped on in the bottom lane as Jerry and Pingvin get to work here. So here comes those chains once again. Viper in some trouble. Level 6 on the Ember makes it an easy finish to that kill. Then goes down in the bottom lane, and they get really punished for this line rotating in to try and get some XP in the middle lane, but... well, that's the trade-off. You got to be careful if your support goes missing. Meanwhile, oh, they've got the fear out onto the Leshrac once again. Dream can spin whenever he wants to, and that he will. Shashlo, nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. The Frost Shield and spin combo is way too damn strong. And talking about supports going missing, the Sven is now also at mid. So everyone's just jungling now. Okay, supports are in the mid lane, getting their level 6s. Oh, this mirror gameplay, it's pretty interesting. Down at bottom, Coral Blast comes through. And once again, falling pretty low on HP. Only 1 point onto this Corrosive Skin this lane is mighty questionable if you ask me, because it just kind of does you with the damage coming through, and they will be able to take him down. Exactly that. The cooldown of these spells is so damn small that they can literally just go for this kill on the Viper whenever they want to. 1 point of Corrosive Skin. How much is it even? 10% magic resist. Not enough. Not enough. Meanwhile at top, they're trying to run down Archangel here. The stun comes out, but does miss onto the Lich. The Snake gonna run through, but they don't have enough damage to finish off the Lich. He'll get himself away. Meanwhile, Juggernaut, he's just spinning down some creeps, doing his thing. We'll throw it over to Networth since there's all this jungling going on. Oh god, I've just looked now. Telling chat to spam Resident Sleeper is not a good idea. Sai waiting in the trees here, but Singularity, they're ganging up on this bottom lane pretty hard, and they will lose their tower eventually. I mean, these guys don't push particularly hard, but they certainly deal with the creep waves very well. And Madden's now gone to jungle as well. Cool. Good. Who needs to fight each other when we can fight creeps? That's a real question. The creeps are the real enemy, guys. And Shashlo, yep, he's in there as well. There's a lot of jungling going on this game. I mean, Jug's having a pretty free time at top, though. He's probably going to come out of this lane phase pretty well. But, I mean, Pingvin obviously doing way better in the bottom lane. He's had all these kills, not as much CS, and Maiden, he's not going to be in trouble. 10 minutes in, and the bounties will be going one apiece. Pretty even split. Where do we think the next kill is going to come from? Probably down here as a Viper Urgency gets taken down once again, but Vember and its whole world at her. They just keep him locked down inside. That Nether Tox now. Shashlo getting Omni Slash as well. The right click from Dream will finish the job after the Omni, and that brings 2 kills to the bottom lane. A nice rotation in from Singularity gets them a lot from this bot. They do lose their Viper again, but I mean, this deep dive does get punished pretty hard. The line waiting in the tree line is just keeping him inside of that Nether Toxin did so much work, and that is the max level Nether Toxin coming into play. On the mid lane, Yasha now completed on the Medusa, so not going for a Mask of Madness or anything like that, just going straight in for the Manta. Pretty good this game. It allows you to dodge out the Viper Strike. It also can dodge, oh, smoke up, Lion, an OD, maybe looking towards Excalibur here. Scan being used. I'm not sure if it quite caught Excalibur there or not. I think it did. Zaya's going to lead the charge. He's now got level 6. They're looking for this kill. It is under Shrine, though. That is risky in and of itself as they turn around the Shrine. Excalibur actually dodges them out. Oh my god. Is he just going to escape the gank by just walking? Oh no, he's moving to lane here. He's gone. He's gone. Didn't go into tower. Now he's going to pay the price. Jerry dies in the bottom lane. Excalibur, he's going to get fingered off. That's his mana gone, but in comes Hanskin and Sanity's Eclipse comes down. Medusa, though, Wand is up, and he is going to escape. Warcry going to give him the extra health as well, but in comes the Astral. Did Medusa just... She's alright, right? Yep, she's okay. Surviving with 200 HP to spare. Hanskin and Shashlo running forwards, trying to chase back Kodos and Sai. Kodos comes back in. Midas all completed now. Use it. Go, creeps. Get them. Save. Now getting the kill into Shashlo as well as the stun comes in from the Lion, and the damage is easily enough from Kodos there to finish off the Leshrac. leaving behind a Diabolic Edict, which doesn't do it a lot, to be fair. Viper nearly at his Atos. Actually coming out to him on the courier now as he just went brown boots straight into the Atos. This game is kicking up into gear a little bit. Medusa? Being looked at by the Juggernaut right now. Though there was a Midas in the fight recap. Thanks, game. Very, very important to know that this Midas is around. Jerry waiting up top for something. Will-O-Wisp was used to try and save himself down to the bottom lane when that gank went on. So it is on cooldown, which makes it very tricky to go for any kind of kill here. Maiden now. Still no points into the corrosive skin, but he's like a couple of XP off level 8, so I'm sure we'll see him level that up next. I think you really don't... I don't know, I guess the aggressive potential from poison attack might be tempting. No, he's going for the corrosive skin. Good. I think that makes sense. There's so much magic damage coming out of Team Singularity, it'd be insane not to. Top tower is going to fall. Diabolic Edict going to work. But meanwhile, at the bottom, the return push is coming in. This is tier 2. I mean, it's not going to fall quickly, but it is going to fall. I mean, if they want to race this, well, there's a fortify available still in the Dire. Unless it's middle tower fort. No, middle tower's fine. So yeah, they might actually get this tier 2 because no other tower has fallen to reset the fortify. That's kind of insane. Jug gets these drums out to him as well, so clearly looking to pick up the tempo a little bit in this game. The OD is really the #1 position in this game. The Juggernaut was going to be the one fighting.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And coming into the middle lane, looking for the middle tower now as well in Singularity, but of course they have this fortify to play with. Meanwhile at bottom, there's no fortify on the side. They need one of their towers to fall, which is kind of strange. So instead, Empire just going to get a free tier 2 pretty much as the Jug just sits here. Sire's waiting behind very patiently here, but there's no one else coming in for this. So they take the tier 1 at mid. I'm not sure how Singularity are okay with this trade, to be honest. How do you let your tier 2 fall at bottom like that? Sire will come in to farm up these creeps, and he's in a pretty risky position right now if they can find him. Stun being threatened will have to be spun off, and then he goes for the TP out. They're not wanting to commit the Stone Gaze for it. I think he was a little bit too far away. He actually faced himself away, so he wasn't facing the Medusa when he TP'd, which is very smart. Stops him getting it cancelled. Will-O-Wisp, meanwhile, being used in the top lane. Jerry, you got to go for the bounty. Oh, man. I mean... yeah, he should have gone for that bounty, I think.
No.
Is there a spin available on the Jug? I don't know if there was or not. There was an Omni-Slash available, though. Is that going to happen? I don't know. Will-O-Wisp used for nothing. That's bad. That's like a big team fight spell. In fact, probably the only big team fight spell. If you combo that up with Stone Gaze, you've got a pretty mean combo on the side of Singularity, but used for nothing. Just fancy doing it. Oh, Medusa in some trouble as Lion comes in for the stun out onto the Lion. They're trying to turn this one around inside Singularity, and Excalibur doing a ton of damage as Jerry goes down in the top lane, but Sayu is dead, and now they're looking for Kodos as well, and they will get the kill. So Singularity finding 2 in the bottom lane. They bait perfectly with Excalibur, but they do lose their Kotl up at top. They're just trying to counter push this wave. They'll take a tier 1 at top, but Singularity will take their own tier 1 in the bottom lane as well. If it's a base race you're after, then I don't think they stand a chance on the side of Empire, because you've got Diabolic Edict level 4. That tower is going to melt. It's going to look like butter in a microwave. Sayu TP's in, looking for the stun out onto Leshrac, does find it. Another next toxin comes down. Viper Strike actually used onto the Sven here. Alrighty, Sven, you're not getting out of this one, I'm afraid. Stun being used, but he's just going to die to the no toxin all the same. Black Archangel throws in his last hit. Just securing that one, you know? You never know. What's Leshrac actually going for? He's going for an Atos of his own, actually. So he's got an Atos and drums on the courier. Is that complete drums? Yeah, it is. Oh, go for the TP out. Will make it. Sinister Gaze not close enough. They're looking for Pingvin, though. There is an Invis rune on this Juggernaut, and he is looking for the Ember Spirit, but will not be able to find him. Pingvin clearly knowing that something was deeply, deeply wrong and runs himself away. Not getting a Javelin for himself, but going for this Maelstrom on the Ember Spirit. No surprises here. Pretty common build. Drums, Maelstrom, unlocks a lot of fighting potential from him. Doesn't really need to go for a Yules or anything like this game. I do still worry about the OD. I think he needs to go for a BKB after this Maelstrom. Otherwise, his OD is probably going to tear him a new one. Same with the Medusa, actually. I'd like a... Oh, is that a... Okay, it's an ultimate orb coming to Excalibur from the courier, so... Yeah, Excalibur's pretty huge right now. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Ember does get himself away. They're going for him, though, and they're looking towards his top tower as well. And there's that Diabolic Edict coming out, but the Fortify being used. Oh, they catch the stun into the trees. They actually catch the Lich on this one. I'm not even sure they meant to do that, but they will get this kill. Widow's coming down, going to scare away the Viper's TP, and now, well, your Viper is all the way across the map, and you've got 2 heroes in the jungle. I think they're just going to take this tier 2. Beautifully done from Singularity. I think he was just split earthing to catch the trees, but ended up catching a hero, so feels good.
You should have seen that coming.
Oh, savagery from Jerry, just throwing out the voice lines. Honestly, Lich, dude. Should have seen it coming. Smoke up from Singularity, looking towards this middle lane. I mean, while Omnislash comes down, but Pingvin had a remnant. I guess he was hoping that he could burn off the mana. And now Stone Gaze being used from Excalibur. He wants to try and cancel this Juggernaut's TP, which he will. Juggernaut faces the wrong direction, and he is going to die for his sins. Dream with a big mistake in the middle lane. If he faced the other way, he would have been absolutely fine there. And that would have been a wasted Stone Gaze, but Excalibur takes a calculated risk and comes out on top. Don't we all love it when a Medusa is on top? Pingvin now pushing down this middle lane pretty close towards the Mithril Hammer. Sai with a double damage. Whoa. Terrifying. Heading for 156. Excalibur chasing forwards here. No fear in this, guys. They've actually got the Searing Chains out onto Lich, and they'll just kill him off here. Well, Chain Frost even committed for that one, which I do question. Meanwhile, Maiden throws down the Atos, but will get mounted off by the Medusa, and they're chasing for Sayu here as well. He's trying to play his round up on the high ground. Pingvin thinking of getting him down, but they're actually making their way towards Viper instead. This guy's been caught out once again by Shashlo here, and they will be able to get the kill onto Maiden. So Singularity really finding their momentum right now. Doing well without Miposhka so far. This draft, which I just didn't expect to work, is finding so much, and once again, stun out onto the OD. He's got a Hex available to him. He's just rushed this game, but the Searing Chain's holding him down. You can't do anything with a Hex when you're getting ganked by 3 heroes. Meanwhile, well, they've got the Medusa held still, but it doesn't matter. They'll get the kill onto Kodos all the same, and now they're looking for more. Empire heroes running down, in fact. They're trying to maybe bait Singularity into something here, but that's just not a good idea. The Singularity will let them go and go towards the middle lane instead as Shashlo clears up all of these creeps, but as usual his manner in doing so, but no way. Okay, he just takes the tower all by himself. He just takes the tower all by himself. No problems there. Diabolic Edict, kids. Don't mess with it. Dream TPing out again. Excalibur not deciding to pop the Stone Gaze this time around.
Regeneration.
Masai in the trees, TPs himself away. Going for this blink, he's very close to it as well. Very, very close. It's a greedy old lion, but he is the full position after all. Archangel getting all them wards and all that other stuff.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, Singularity, they're going from tower to tower right now. I mean, this Medusa has so much more momentum than the Juggernaut and the OD do. Which is kind of crazy, because OD actually literally has gone straight side of Vice. But I mean, you can't get pickoffs if the whole team's just running around as 5, taking all your towers. It doesn't work like that. So you got to question whether it's the right item. And no spin out from the Jug. Dream, what you doing, buddy? He is going to try and now spin and TP himself away. Oh, he's not TPing actually. He doesn't have TP. He just has to kill. Oh no, Omnislash just to buy himself a little bit more time. But they're all just going to share it together. Sharing is caring, and Dream is dead. 2 very different statements, but Juggernaut once again getting caught out this game. This is a huge problem. I mean, this Juggernaut needs to be on top. He needs to be finding this Manta Star so that he can fight alongside this Outward Devourer who doesn't want to be taken to the front lines. You want this Jug to be running in with the Manta and give him a bit of survivability to try and draw the attention and force Singularity to take him down. But if he doesn't find the items, then Singularity don't really have to worry about him too much. A lot of deaths for this guy. OD loves farming up those Ancients, but Singularity love taking Aegis even more, and they will be able to get this one down and probably put their Aegis on the Medusa, who now has a full static completed and is going straight in for the Butterfly. Excalibur is so far ahead right now. I mean, look at this. His net worth is crazy, and Kodos has a Midas, so... But that doesn't even give him the late game potential, though, because against the Medusa with Split Shot, and every item she gets increases their farm speed. Substantially more than OD's does. But, you know. This gives you something. 500 movement speed. 250 health. Yeah, not going for the attack speed is a little bit interesting, but I guess wanting the HP to survive in these fights a little bit more is quite important. Shashed on the low ground. They actually see him here. This could be trouble as they immediately just stun. Finger dead. Dream gets a kill. And Natos does come out onto the Ember, but he actually managed to TP himself away. Meanwhile, Sven with the Invis rune going to cancel the TP of Madden here as Excalibur laying in that damage with that Scatty. Madden's mana is gone. His health disappearing fast as well. Down goes the Viper. He will be the only tragedy down here in the bottom lane for Empire as they trade off the Viper for the Leshrac, but definitely worth it. I mean, Leshrac was carrying 450 gold. That's a 4 times dominating streak. All going to Dream as well, who very much needed to come back. Still a long way off his mentor, though. Chains out. He's going to be alright. Top lane, Archangel just pushing things out, but down in the bottom, the real push is coming in here as Singularity want to take to this high ground right now. Pings are coming out. They're happy to go for this. There are plenty of sentries down, but what does that matter?
Dire's bottom tower is under
He's just
attack.
taking to the high ground right now. Leshrac making his way over with this Diabolic Edict to help speed things up, and this is going to be big. Empire being very, very slow to mobilize their forces to defend this one right now. Yeah, another Toxin will help out a little bit, especially in combination with the Frost Shield, but all the same, tower's going to go down. They'll look towards this melee racks as well. Take out ranged first. Just to share his edicts. Nope, he's going to lay it all onto the melee racks now. Wow. 3 racks. No response from Team Empire. I mean, they don't want to fight into this Medusa Aegis. She's big. But when do you fight then? Do you wait for Aegis to expire? That's going to be a while, and the Singularity is showing no signs of slowing down. Creeps are in the bottom lane, so...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under
Look at the damage coming out from this Leshrac as well. I mean, Excalibur just sitting here, soaking up everything, forcing Empire back in. Now the chains come out. Juggernaut coming in behind them, though, along with the Sinister Gaze as well. Excalibur held still for the time being. Now comes out that side of the Vice. Who's trying to do the damage, but Will-O-Wisp going to land onto 4 heroes right now. Medusa popping that ultimate, even trying to fight up this one, just trying to bring down the heroes of Empire. Sayu is going to fall. Excalibur still alive during this. Don't forget he's got this Aegis anyway, but he's actually going to be able to basically take down the OD. A quick Astral will save his last point. Meanwhile, Omnislash coming through. Jerry soaks it all up. Excalibur coming forward, so really wants to find Kodos here. The one's going to buy him a little bit more time. Stun comes out. Atos is down. Kodos cannot find his way out of this. Maiden in some trouble as well now as they find the split earth onto him. Viper being run down by Leshrac. Medusa, though, falling pretty low. She's out of mana. She's actually probably going to fall here if Dream can find a couple more right click. Yes, he can. Stun out onto Sven as well. They've got the Sinister Case as well, so Hanskin in some trouble. He's going to drop. Juggernaut and the rest of Empire making their defense, but they have lost a lot here. They've lost the entire bottom lane of creeps. Rack's taken. Tower gone in the middle lane as well. Singularity, they do lose 4 heroes and an Aegis for it, so. But Leshrac's looking for the value plays. He's going for the bounties. He's only going to get 3. Not going to get all. He's not going to make the home run, sadly. All right, so things kicking into gear, I would say, as we have Arax actually down. It wasn't even that big an advantage for Singularity. It was like less than 10k for sure, but I think it's most of it is on the Medusa. Should she just go for a BKB now? What's she queued? Yeah, BKB queued up. BKB into OD. Pretty good item. Stops her mana being annihilated in these fights. What damage did she take mostly from this Arcea? What? Okay. Hex out onto Sven in the middle lane. Stun out as well. They might be able to get themselves Hanskin here. The Juggernaut thinking of looking for more here, but also being fairly careful. They will bring down the Sven. Empire biting back, but not able to transfer this into any objectives. The middle tier 2 tower already gone. Bottom tier 2 gone as well. Top tier 2 the only one remaining, and the creeps are well pushed in up there, so no real chance of finding any objectives after that kill, but still buying themselves a little bit of space on the map. So Pingvin as well, also going for this BKB, and it's giving Singularity some really obvious timings right here. Once they get those BKBs up, they're going to be going in for the fight. Probably trying to end the game on this one. OD's got his own BKB now, as we did see in the last fight. Come on, Jug. Finish off this Manta and going for a Maelstrom, interestingly. Okay. I don't usually expect Maelstroms this late into the game as your kind of third or fourth item, but seemingly wanting some magic damage. I can't figure out why though. I mean, it's no doubt it's good. It's really good with Viper. If he can put down that Nether Toxin whilst you're Omni slashing with a Maelstrom, then that is pretty violent. Does increase the damage output a lot. Singularity are trying to scout out Empire here by putting themselves right up close to this cliff so that their smoke pops here. And then they know that people are around this area, but it doesn't pop for them. Jumping forwards on the Ember Spirit though, they're looking for somebody here. Koda's up on the cliff, but they don't seem to know about it. All they know about is Archangel here. They will be able to catch out. The stun comes out from Leshrac. Atos, Splitter, he's dead. Buyback from the Lich immediately though. Wants to be here to defend this one. Oh, I missed the Disco Ball Pony. Shashlo and Medusa are going to be able to rip through this shrine very quickly indeed. No response as of yet from Team Empire here. They're gathering their forces, but I'm not sure what they actually want to go for here. Sayo's in an interesting position up on this high ground, but I think they've spotted him out. They're pinging, they're pinging, they're pinging. And in they go. Sayo's like, oh god, they found me, oh Jesus Christ, and he is going to be able to get one stun off before he goes down, but still a very quick demise to the Lion. Just edging into this wall division here. I think he just like walked this way a little bit and then walked back, and that's when they saw him. Someone always has their eye on the minimap. Dream coming in from behind, looking for a wraparound Omni Slash here. Staying nicely out of vision. There is a ping out there. Now they see Dream coming in. They will be able to get the chains off onto him, but a quick banter and now Omni Slash. And she breaks it by running away with the remnants, but the BKB out from Kodesh is running forward through the Will-O-Wisp, but Pingvin looking to turn around as the Leshrac will be falling down, but maybe the Lich will die again after that dieback. Will-O-Wisp does go down. Nobody of real importance dying as of yet in these fights, but they're getting a lot done on the side of Singularity to push Empire back, but of course it's not far to their base. Medusa taking some damage, having to Manta off as Jug comes in here, but can take to this high ground and start hitting these buildings once again. They really want to get these melee barracks here. They want to force Empire to come and do something about this. They will throw out the fortifiers. Pingvin runs forwards here very quickly, but gets himself hexed up. Is he alright here? And oh my god, the Sanity just rips through the Ember Spirit there, and Excalibur, he's got no mana left, so he needs to be real careful. He's actually coming forwards onto Dream, just trying to force back the side of Team Empire. They're apparently still feeling absolutely fine as the Chakra Magic comes and just replenishes his mana, and they will actually be able to bring back Madden. A nice blast from the Kotal, and now they get those melee barracks, but a buyback comes in from Madden here. Beautiful stun from the Lion, lands onto Shashlo and the Sven. Can they follow up? There comes the Atos out from the Viper. They're looking for the Leshrac, who has bought into this fight, and with the finger as well. They will be able to take down Shashlo, dead for 75 seconds with that buyback. Without buyback anyways. Dream coming forwards, looking for Excalibur and Jerry here, but they're a little bit too quick for these guys to catch, so it will only be the Ember Spirit and the Leshrac going down. And considering they got the melee racks, they will be happy with this, but still. Empire feeling like they need a little bit more from this one. It's going to be a fight without the Leshrac, but only 50 seconds to do it in. It's not long. And Roshan, he's still got a while before his timer ticks through. So what do they decide to go for on Team Empire? I mean, is there anything they really can go for? They're realizing now that they're not going to be able to push quickly enough with Leshrac dead. I mean, they don't have that much push. They really don't. Yeah, this Maelstrom might be the Mega Preparation Maelstrom, which is pretty sad. I mean, even just defending against Mega Creeps, I guess it helps. Sorry, Super Creeps. Man actually going for a Crimson Guard as well. Really important item to get versus Medusa. Any kind of small but regular and annoying ticks of damage, Crimson Guard's the one. Wukong's Command, Split Shot, Luna, all these guys. You need the Crimsons.
A subtle burn.
Dire are scanning.
Roshan is now being attempted by Singularity. It is scanned out very quickly by Team Empire though, but what can they really do about it? They're forced having Excalibur down the cliff to try and help out and get into Roche as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, Dream pushing out this top lane, trying to force a bit of attention down here. Perhaps Sanskin does mobilize, but no, not looking to leave this Roche pit. They know the Rageous is way more important than the tier 2 tower. And they will get it. There's no response from Empire. They let them have it, which is surprising. And go is said from Sai. Dream up onto this high ground. Getting to work, and we'll just TP himself away. Excalibur does force the TP, so... I mean, it's going to delay things a bit, but I'm pretty sure they want to push like this top lane anyway, so it's not a big deal. He's just farming up his creep camp, still farming up a storm. It is interesting to note that Dream and Kodos are ahead of both Pingvin and Shashlo, but I guess they've just been giving all of the space to this Medusa. They've just been giving everything into Excalibur. Sounds like previous Singularity games somehow. Seems to be like this is the only strat they play. But maybe not the only strat, actually. We saw different things from the last 2 games. Interesting as well, it's played mid every game today. It's been the Medusa versus OD. Yeah, Medusa versus OD was the first game. Anti-Mage versus Pango was the second game. And first game was Lycan. So yeah, they've actually put Excalibur mid every single time. Excalibur not afraid to get off to this high ground right now. Of course, doesn't have the split shot when he's inside this Nether Toxin, which is kind of annoying, but still can deal with the creeps pretty easily. Yeah, doesn't have split shots. Does have mana shield.
Juggernaut's power is double.
Up onto the high ground they go. Empire looking for the defense here. They've got now a Yasha and Kaya up on the ODs. Just trying to increase his... I'd really like to see actually a Yasha and Kaya on Medusa, to be honest. And, up onto the high ground we go. Lich taking a ton of damage, especially with the Illuminate breaking through. Oh, the Banishment might have dodged the Viper Strike. That's pretty big, but the Will-O-Wisp going to hold them still. No, well, I mean, dodged all the damage of the Viper Strike anyway, so it didn't matter. Excalibur pops out almost. Sayu brought down by Penguin on the backline. Penguin running forwards, looking for more Maiden. Oh, throws a nut. Excalibur laying in the damage, stun out from Handskin as well. Splitter thrown down. There's an Omni Slash. It's hitting mostly onto Excalibur here, who doesn't really get, or maybe he does get, but he's still got the Aegis, so whatever. We'll be coming back for round number 2 with this BKB as well. Not afraid to fight up versus Dream and Kodos here as he's forcing them back, taking the buildings. The final tier 3 is gone. Singularity looking for the Raxol, so the Fortify being thrown out, but the creeps are coming in from Singularity. There is going to be no backdoor protection helping out Team Empire right now as they, well, get the Hex off onto the Medusa here, but it's not much of a threat as OD trying to come around the side here. Snake being thrown, going to drain a bit of mana here. Dream just running into Excalibur's face. Even the Hex being used as well. But I mean, with the whole team behind her, Excalibur is a huge threat. And actually, Sai has come too far forward as well, just burning up to Pingvin right now as the Santis comes through, but doesn't do much at all. In fact, does next to nothing. Another stun with them together. Kodos is taken down, and GG is called. Empire lose the final game in a surprising turn of events. I mean, they didn't have the post but apparently it didn't matter. I mean, better than having nobody at all, I guess, which was the case for the last half of that last game they had. But yeah, Team Singularity will take the victory over Team Empire. And I was disappointed. Team Empire, they had a good draft, but they played it weirdly. They didn't go for any kind of plays, to be honest. They kind of just hit creeps. And let Singularity take Roche twice. Let Excalibur get all the farm on the map. These are things you can't let happen. It's very tricky to do versus lineup, of course. Keeper of Light, Sven, Leshrac, they're all very kind of going to be aggressive, and Ember constantly pushing out the lanes, always giving Team Empire something to think about here. But at the end of the day, if you can't make any kind of attempt to bring down this Medusa, of course she's going to get this amount of money and just run down your lanes. And Team Singularity did a really good job at noticing when they were the most powerful heroes in the game, you know, when this Medusa was just ridiculous. And they just took full abuse of that and ran them down. Absolutely well played from Team Singularity. A very nice... I mean, I didn't hold any hope for them at all in that draft, but they just wrecked Team Empire. Absolutely wrecked them. Very surprising turn of events. Well, that is going to be Team Singularity in the grand finals then. So they're going to be waiting in the best of 5 finals for whichever team can make it through the lower bracket, and Team Empire will be dropping down to the lower bracket now to face off versus whoever makes it through in the next series, which is going to be Pavega versus Team Kaban, Cinderin's team. So I'll be back with that in a short while. Until then, please enjoy a break screen and some music. But yeah, interesting game, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty to talk about it in the next series as well. So we'll see you very soon.